swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here. The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
Breaking ball line towards third base, diving is Daniel Cruz. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play.
Gets green light swinging, 3-0. Drives one deep out into left field, back at the wall. It is out of here. Home run, Chris Gambert.
Swung to the first pitch, drives it out to right field. It is deep, and it will carry over the wall for a homer. It is a 3-run shot to opposite field off the bat of Chris Gambert.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Moortime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Wren Stadium, it's the first game of this two-game series between the Muskegon Clippers and the Southern Ohio Copperheads, a pair of 5-8 teams battling it out, looking to get a game closer to 500 on the young season as the Copperheads rained out yesterday, but the night before picked up a 7-2 victory over the Grand Lake Mariners to snap a 3-game losing skid as they look to win back-to-back games for the first time on the season tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. Joey Medor alongside Connor Mills. And Connor, Thomas Cesaro taking the mound for the Copperheads in this one. So far, a sub-1 ERA through his 2 starts. Take me through his season so far to this point.
Well, Cesaro, he's a pitcher, just comes in, pitches to contact, and gets the outs that he needs. It doesn't matter what the situation is, only allowed 2 runs, or 3 runs on the season, only 2 of them have been earned. But for Cesaro, one of the impressive numbers, the whip with walks plus hits per innings pitched at .62 right there for Cesaro. So you know that each and every inning he's going to be dominating batters every time they roll around the lineup. Hasn't gone shorter than the 8 inning starts. He's gone 8 innings against the Joes, 8 2/3 against the Jazz. So it's been, when Cesaro goes out on the mound, he's going to last there for a while.
Not to mention a 5-for-5 ball game when he was in the lineup back on Tuesday, where he had 4 singles and a home run, his first on the season. And another person who hit their first home run back on Tuesday was Daniel Cruz. He launched a 3-run shot to center field at Grand Lakes Field to propel the Copperheads to a 7-2 victory, as the starting pitching has really been impressive so far for the Copperheads, as second in the league in team ERA so far coming into the game.
Yeah, it's just really been impressive for the Copperheads. They were worried about this season because, well, there weren't a whole lot of arms out in the bullpen they just didn't know. They didn't know who was going to be out there, who was going to step up. They knew you had some pitchers, but you just didn't know who was going to be your main guy. And it really has been the whole rotation is your ace, because every single time it's been a quality start after quality start for these pitchers, whether it be Hansen or Mandela, Cesaro, Iverson. Doesn't matter who they're throwing out there. They've just been going out and getting the job done.
As the first pitch in tonight's game is walked down from the pitcher's mound by a dog as it's Bark in the Park night here at Bob Wren Stadium. So dogs all over the ballpark. Hopefully the weather holds up right now. Quite a few clouds hovering over Bob Wren Stadium as we had a bit of a shower before the ball game, but not raining right now, as it's an interdivision matchup as Muskegon comes all the way from Michigan to take on the Copperheads. The only time these two teams will meet this season in this 2-game series, as both teams sit at 5-8. As we mentioned, both teams at the bottom of their divisions right now. As Muskegon coming in on a 4-game losing streak, just 3-7 in their last 10. And this is something Coach Dunphy was talking about, how this is the stretch of games where the Copperheads can really bring their season back, as they drop 3 coming into the stretch of interdivision play. But they won the first one against Grand Lake. And this is another team that you can take a couple of games from, as they are scuffling right now. And that's what they aim to do.
Well, if you're the Copperheads right now, what you want to do is you want to win at home. right now 3-4 at home. On the road, 2-4. Bringing them, or 2-5 on the road. So for the Copperheads, they just need to keep on going out there and string together a couple wins this season. For the Copperheads, they haven't had back-to-back wins at all. It's been one win here, then a loss. A win there, and a loss. A win, 2 losses. Then they got swept by the Hamilton Joes. So they just need to put a good stretch of baseball together to get back into the division, and nobody's really running away with it. Hamilton Joes at 9-3 on the season. Licking County Settlers at 10-4. The Scouts at 8-6. And in the North, the North has been rained out a lot with all these rainouts. But as of yesterday, everybody was on a losing streak in the North. So the one win against the Grand Lake Mariners the other day for the Copperheads didn't really help them out all that much in terms of standings, but it did give them the confidence to go into this home stretch of the series.
And obviously still very early on in the season, still over 20 games left to play, only 13 games in. Copperheads at plenty of time. Only 2 games out of the playoff picture right now, but not really the focus. You just want to kind of hover around 500 for this first month and then really start to hit your stride in July in the back half of the season. As it's Brian Martin opposing Thomas Cesaro on the mound for the Clippers in this game. When we return, lineups and first pitch after the national anthem. Connor Mills will bring you the starting lineups and look into the pitching matchups for both teams when we come back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Ty Krenberger from
Packed house here at Bob Wren for this matchup between the Clippers and the Copperheads. Connor Mills will run us through the starting lineups before first pitch.
I'll take it through the visiting team first. He'll be leading off for the Muskegon Clippers. Austin Elfrid, the shortstop, batting second. Nolan Bryant, the second baseman, batting third. Behind the plates, Trey Morris, batting fourth. Micah Allen, the designated hitter, batting fifth. Jimmy Allen, third baseman. Shane Easter out in left field. Rob Zariski, he's out at first. In right field, Michael Malowitz and Joshua Hold Jr. batting ninth. For the Southern Ohio Copperheads, it'll be Zach Iverson leading off, followed by Chris Gambert. Reese Trahey out in right. Ben Rushing batting cleanup today. Phil Glasser, the shortstop, followed by Daniel Cruz over at second base, making his first start at second on the season. Jared Hurd out in left. Zion Avery, first baseman, and Ty Krittenberger in center field. Pitching matchups for today, Brian Martin on the mound for the Muskegon Clippers and Thomas Cesaro for the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Cesaro, pitcher of the week in week one of this season, the GLSCL sporting a .79 ERA so far on the season. As digging the lead off, Austin Efrid, the shortstop for the Clippers. As the rain starts to come down right before the first pitch is thrown. But it's time to play some baseball here at Bob Wren Stadium. First pitch into Efrid for Tom Cesaro, called strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1. Defensive lineup for the Copperheads. In left field, Jared Hurd. Playing center, Ty Krinberger, and playing right, Reese Trahey. At third, Ben Rushing. As the 0-1 pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-1. As I was saying, at third, Ben Rushing. At short, it is Phil Glasser. At second, Daniel Cruz. And playing first base, Zion Avery, pitching Thomas Cesaro. And behind the dish is Chris Gambert. As the 1-1 into Efrid is swung on the line towards Daniel Cruz, soft liner right at him. He will make the play easily, and the first man is retired to start the top of the first inning. So exactly what Cesaro has been doing all season, throwing strikes, getting people out, letting his defense make the plays behind him, as he's only struck out 13 batters in his first couple starts. Only 3 walks allowed, though. As first pitch into number 2 hitter is popped out into left field, ranging over is Jared Hurd. He will make the easy one-handed catch. And quickly, 4 pitches to record the first 2 outs of the inning. As Nolan Bryan is retired, now Trey Morris, the 3-hitter, will dig in.
Well, status quo so far for Thomas Cesaro. Pitching to contact, getting outs. Just needs one more to get out of the top of the first.
So now the catcher, Trey Morris, digs in. Out of Missouri. Has first pitch into him, taken just a bit low for a ball, 1-0. Morris so far on the season batting .291 with 16 hits, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. He's also stolen 4 bases. As the 1-0 into him is a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. As here comes the 1-1 pitch into Morris, swung on and missed. Big swing by Trey Morris. But he comes up empty, and it's 1-2. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Clippers come into this game on a 4-game losing streak, just 3-7 in their last 10 ball games. They sit at 5-8 on the year, as do the Copperheads, who picked up a win in their last time out. 1-2 into Morris, grounded right back on the mound. It hits off the glove of Cesaro. Coming in as Daniel Cruz fires on the first, not in time. As Cesaro looked like he had a beat on that ball, but it just gets past his glove, and that should be an infield single for Trey Morris. We'll see how it gets scored, as it is ruled a hit out there on the scoreboard. And now the 4-hitter Micah Allen, the DH, will get a chance to hit with a runner on and 2 away in the top of the first inning. First pitch into Allen, called strike at the knees, 0-1. Allen at a Ashland, where he hit 343 back in the spring, at a .403 on base percentage. Just his 5th game starting so far this season. He's 6 for 16 with a double. As he swings at the 0-1 pitch, hits it off the end of the bat, back into the screen, foul, 0-2. Cesaro has him down in the count, 0-2. Runner leads off first base. Not a big lead from Morris. As the 0-2 swung on and missed, he got him swinging for the final out of the inning. So despite the infield single, no hurt for the Copperheads as they leave the runner stranded at first base, and they'll come to get their first chance to hit in the bottom half of the first inning. No score here yet. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Zach Iverson is batting leadoff and DHing for the Copperheads in this game as he'll lead off this inning. Chris Gambert batting second and Reese Trahey all due up this inning as they face Brian Martin, the right-handed pitcher out of Michigan State. 3-pitch arsenal, fastball, curveball, and changeup. Fastball stays around 86, 87 miles per hour. So far in the season, it's gone 4 2/3 innings with a 7.50 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. As he'll get the nod in his first start of the year for the Clippers. And he steps on the mound. He'll have to face one of his teammates in the spring, Zach Iverson, also out of Michigan State. So a couple of Spartans clashing to start the bottom of the first inning. Zach Iverson batting leadoff. On Tuesday, he got the win on the mound for the Copperheads, going 6 strong innings. As the first pitch into him from Brian Martin's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. As back on the rubber, the 0-1 into Iverson. Again, catches the outside corner. And quickly down on the count, 0-2 is Iverson. Iverson batting .263 on the year, 5 hits and 19 at-bats, has a double and an RBI. He's also drawn 4 walks. The 0-2 in from Martin is taken up and outside for a ball, 1-2. Iverson currently leading the GLSCL in strikeouts as a pitcher. As 1-2 pitch taken inside and low for a ball. And Iverson runs the count even at 2-2.
Not too bad for a third baseman from Michigan State to come into the GLSCL and lead the league in pitching for strikeouts.
The 2-2 into Iverson, breaking ball fouled off. Back into the screen, he'll stay alive, 2-2. That's something Coach Dunphy mentioned on the bus a couple of games ago, saying Iverson leads the league in strikeouts. He's not even a pitcher. I'm sure his pitcher teammate from Michigan State might take a little exception to that.
Might try to outduel him here.
The 2-2 into Iverson is swung and fouled down the third base line, well out of play. And Iverson seeing a lot of pitches from Martin to open up this ball game. Martin was a freshman this past year at Michigan State, did not see any time. As the 2-2 into Iverson, breaking ball stays upstairs, and Iverson runs the count full after being down 0-2. As Iverson digs back in the box, Martin winds up, kicks and deals a 3-2. Iverson stays alive again, fouls this one into the netting over the first base dugout. And we'll see another 3-2 pitch from Brian Martin.
Good at bat here from Zach Iverson. Seeing a lot of pitching makes the starter work a little.
Now Iverson calls time, steps out of the box, trying to get Martin out of his rhythm. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Into Iverson. Martin kicks and deals the 3-2 once again, and again fouled back into the screen. So Iverson not going down lightly to open up the ball game. Exactly what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter.
See a lot of pitches. Try to work a walk or get a base hit.
9th pitch of the AB. Coming up, the 3-2 from Martin. Iverson swings and again fouls it back into the screen. So this at-bat will run to double digits now, as Iverson has now fouled 5 pitches off in this at-bat. And he'll see pitch number 10 with this next one. No score yet in this ball game in the bottom of the first. as the Clippers were held at bay in the top of the first inning. 10th pitch into Zach Iverson. He swings and lines it out towards the second baseman. It is fielded on the backhand, thrown on to first by Nolan Bryant. And after the 10-pitch at-bat, Zach Iverson finally retired and 1 away now in the bottom of the first.
I heard a couple fans applauding. Now, knowing baseball and knowing how good of an at-bat that was from Zach Iverson, did get the barrel on the ball, hit it hard, just hit on a hop to the second baseman, Bryant.
So first man retired in the inning. Now Chris Gambert, the catcher, digs in. As the first pitch into him from Martin is a breaking ball. He's out in front of it, fouls it down the third baseline, 0-1. Gambert batting at .347 on the year, coming off a Player of the Week outing last week where he went 11 for 22 for a .500 average. Also knocked 2 balls out of the park, had 10 RBIs, so a solid week from Gambert. The 0-1 into him, taken outside for a ball, 1-1. But Gambert, 17 hits on the year, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. As the 0-1 pitch from Martin in the Gambert is swung on and missed. Way out in front, he threw him the changeup, 1-1, and now it's a 1-2 count. So Martin looking to make this at-bat go a little bit quicker than the one to Zach Iverson. Here comes the 1-2, and he gets Gambert out in front on the pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, thrown on the first in time. So the first strikeout on the outing and a put out for the first baseman. And quickly 2 away now for Reese Trahey.
When Brian Martin had Chris Gambert just kind of swinging out of his shoes, guessing the whole at-bat. Nice pitching from Martin to get one of the more dangerous hitters in the lineup for the Copperheads.
So now Reese Trahey digs in. Last time we saw him, he earned Dan Inman Player of the Game honors, going 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. So he gets the start in this ball game again. First pitch into him, taken outside, 1-0. As Trahey is batting at .222 so far on the season, as a 1-0 pitch taken low for a ball, 2-0, but it was mentioned to us by our stats guy, Jeff Steffen. The highest hard contact percentage on the team belongs to Reese Trahey.
Might be a reason why he's sitting here in the 3 spot today.
Up in the count, 2-0, breaking ball. Taken at the knees for a strike, 2-1 now to Trahey. Trahey has also been on the mound for the Copperheads so far this season, pitching 6 1/3 innings. As a 2-1 pitch into him will be taken just outside for a ball. So now Trahey in the driver's seat with 2 away, 3-1 count. So Martin will look to avoid his first walk of the outing. The 3-1 pitch into Trahey will be taken below the knees for ball 4. So there will be a 2-out base runner after all, and Ben Rushing will get a chance at bat now in the bottom of the first with a runner on first and 2 away.
Well, Iverson and Trahey just doing all they can, staying in the at-bats, working and seeing a lot of pitches, get the pitch count high, try to get to the bullpen early against the Clippers.
As
Couple of nice at-bats.
Trahey is another teammate of Brian Martin in the spring, also out of Michigan State. But now Ben Rushing digs in, first pitch into him, taken in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Morris. Staying at first is Trahey, 1-0. Ben Rushing on the season, batting .270. He's got 10 hits and 37 at-bats, has a double and a homer, 7 RBIs. Has not seen action since June 16th against the Joes, where he went 1 for 3 with an RBI. As Trahey goes on the pitch called inside for a ball, throw not in time, and Trahey has a stolen base. And now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 away and a 2-0 count to Ben Rushing.
Nice pitch to run on for Reese Trahey.
So Trahey picks up his first stolen bag on the year. And now Ben Rushing will get a chance with a base hit to the outfield to pick up an RBI, give his team the early lead. Here comes a 2-0 pitch from Martin, taken in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Moore, staying at second is Trey, but it's a 3-0 count now to Ben Rushing with 2 away and a runner on second base in the bottom of the first inning. Ben Rushing out of UCF, seen a lot of action so far, has played in now 12 of the 14 games for the Copperheads so far this season. As Martin comes set, the deals the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way as Rushing called strike on the inside corner, 3-1. As the umpires in today's game, Pat J. Atkins behind the plate, and Clark Husky is the field umpire in this game. As leading off second is Trahey. The 3-1 pitch into Ben Rushing, taken low and inside, ball 4, so back-to-back walks with 2 outs for Brian Martin after retiring the first 2 Copperheads in the inning. Now Phil Glasser gets a chance to hit with 2 runners on and 2 away.
The one thing about Glasser, he's always talking to the assistant coach, Michael Blatchford, on how he improves his hitting. Blatchford just kind of show him a couple videos to watch, a couple books to read. There's a lot of time on the bus that you have to fill when you drive 6 hours yesterday all the way to Grand Lake and back.
Phil Glasser out of Youngstown State University. As the first pitch into him is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Glasser's hitting a .211 on the season, 8 for 38. Has scored 6 runs, has 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, as well as a couple stolen bases. As the 0-1 pitch into Phil Glasser, he swings and lines it out into shallow center field, coming in the center fielder, and he can't get there. Coming in to score will be Reese Trahey, pulling into second, Ben Rushing. It's an RBI single with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, and the Copperheads strike first in this game.
Glasser puts a bat on the ball. Wasn't the hardest hit of balls. Just kind of blooped out into left center field. But it gets the job done and puts the Copperheads on top.
Yep, Joshua Holt Jr. not getting a good read on that ball out there as he broke on it kind of late, and it falls in front of him in left center field. 3rd RBI for Phil Glasser on the year. It's a 1-0 lead for the Copperheads as now Daniel Cruz digs in. As still 2 runners on, 2 away. Pitch into Daniel Cruz, swings and fouled back into the screen, 0-1. Daniel Cruz had a big 3-run homer back on Tuesday to help the Copperheads in their 7-2 victory. As Cruz hitting at .346 on the year. Also has 6 RBIs, as the 0-1 into him is taken at the knees. He thought it was a little bit low, but Atkins behind the plate calls it a strike, 0-2. Martin looking to get out of this first inning, limiting the damage. Still 2 runners out there with 2 away. 1 run already in. Here comes the 0-2 into Daniel Cruz. Breaking ball lined out into left field for a base hit. Being sent is Ben Rushing. He's coming in to score. The throw will be cut off by the third baseman. And it's back-to-back RBI singles for the Copperheads, and they lead by a pair now in the bottom of the first.
Walks will come around to hurt you, as both walks have come around to score now. RBI singles from Glasser and Cruz. And Cruz has just really hit the ball well as of late.
That he has a late addition to this Copperheads team out of Marshall, but has really made an impact. Now that's his 7th RBI on the season. He now has 4 RBIs in his past 2 ball games. And as you mentioned, after 2 quick outs from Martin, 2 2-out walks, and then back-to-back 2-out singles, played 2 runs for the Copperheads, as now Jared Hurd gets a chance to hit the lefty. First pitch into him, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. As the 0-2 breaking ball just caught a little bit too much of the plate, and Cruz was able to get out in front of it and line it out into left field. And Rushing scored fairly easily without a throw. The 0-1 into Jared Hurd. This one will be outside for a ball, 1-1. So a fast start for the Copperheads in this ball game. They played 2 in the bottom of the first. Jared Hurd looking to right the ship a little bit here as he's currently batting .074 on the year, just 2 for 27. As he hasn't had a hit since June 14th, but now he lines that one into right field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Phil Glasser. There'll be no throw. Going into third is Daniel Cruz. So 3 straight RBI singles with 2 away for the Copperheads, and it's now 3-0 as they jump on the Clippers in the bottom of the first inning.
Just real nice piece of hitting. The last 3 batters, Glasser, Cruz, Hurd. Line drive hitting. Gets the job done. Extends the lead for the Copperheads.
Now we just mentioned Hurd trying to get out of the slump he had been in as he hadn't had a hit since June 12th. Breaks that streak. That's also his first RBI since June 12th. His 4th on the season. Now there's runners at the corners with 2 away for Zion Avery. First pitch into him's taken low for a ball, 1-0. So some timely hitting for the Copperheads here in this first inning, something Austin Dunphy has preached to his players this past week. As trying to cut down on the strikeouts. Been putting the ball in play so far. Hurd takes off on the first pitch. Zion Avery lines that one out in the deep right center field, and it will hit off the top of the wall and go over. Zion Avery unloads one to right center field, and the Copperheads blow this one open in the bottom of the first. It's now 6-0 first homer for Avery on the season.
Zion Avery going deep, coming up big for the Copperheads. I mentioned that they're going to try to chase the pitcher Brian Martin out of this game. I think a 6-run bottom of the first is well on the way to trying to get into the Clippers bullpen early.
So now they've batted around in this first inning after the first 2 batters are retired. Ty Krittenberger digs in. First pitch into him. Check swing. Appeal down to first, called a strike by Clark Husky, 0-1. But how about that? Zion Avery, his first extra base hit on the season. He launches one out to right center field as the 0-1 is called a strike on the outside corner. Now 0-2 to Krittenberger.
That was just the raw power from Zion Avery. Bobcat fans saw it earlier on in the season.
As Krittenberger now lines one back up the middle, just gets past the glove of Martin and into center field, as that is now 5 straight hits for the Copperheads. And now Zach Iverson will get his second at-bat in the first inning.
Well, just to finish the thought on Avery, but for Avery, the power is there. It's just been his timing, getting the timing down and putting together and working on his mechanics to bring it all, the pieces together and just hit the ball. And he did it well.
As he definitely got a hold of that one, as now a visit out to the mound. No one warming up out in the Clippers bullpen currently. So this should be just a talking for Brian Martin, but a tough first inning for him. As now 6 runs have come in. As he, as we mentioned, retired the first 2 batters in the inning, then a couple of walks and a bunch of base hits in a row, including the homer. And just like that, the Copperheads have opened this game up in the bottom of the first inning, something that Austin Dunphy has been preaching. As we just met, I mean, after the sweep, a lot of things Coach wanted to hone on. He told his guys over and over again, we're a good ball club, even though they were sitting at 4-8 after the first 12 games. And he said, this is the stretch where we need to start heading where we want to go. And, they did it up in Grand Lake. Now they're doing it again as Krittenberger takes off on the first pitch, but it's fouled away by Zach Iverson, 0-1.
Well, first on the list for Austin Dunphy was figuring out a way to get his batters to stop striking out. The Copperheads struck out the most times out of anybody in the GLSCL. But over these last 2 games, I mean, this game hasn't even left the first yet, but only 1 strikeout. Last game, only 5 strikeouts.
And now Iverson lines one out in the left center field, and that ball will get down into the wall. Rounding second is Ty Krittenberger. Center fielder having trouble picking it up. Now Krittenberger coming in to score. Pulling into second is Zach Iverson as center fielder Holt Jr. slipped out in left center field trying to pick up the ball. That's an RBI double for Zach Iverson And now it's 7-0 Copperheads as they put up a touchdown and an extra point in this first inning.
And again for the Copperheads, contact. Swing to contact. Figure out a way to stop striking out. And they've done so yesterday or 2 days ago against the Grand Lake Mariners. And it seems like here in the bottom of the first that they're continuing to take that philosophy into today's game.
So Chris Gambert digs in, struck out in his first at-bat in the same inning, as now time is called at the plate by Gambert. As a funny thought, you wouldn't think Coppers have a 7-run inning and Chris Gambert wouldn't have a hit in it. But that's how it's worked out so far. He gets his second at-bat in the inning now with a runner in scoring position. As Martin deals a pitch into Gambert, it runs in and hits him. As Gambert flips the bat towards the third base side, takes a trot down to first base, appears to be okay. But Martin just really struggling to get this final out of the first inning.
Well, now there seems to be some motion out in the Clippers bullpen, trying to scurry and get something going.
Because
nothing's been going out on the mound so far here in the bottom of the first.
First pitch into Reese Trey, lined out into right field, and that ball will drop. Coming in to score is Zach Iverson going to third. Gambert now Trey trying to hustle into second base to throw, not in time. As Trey almost overslides the bag, he keeps his back foot on there. But an RBI double for Reese Trey, and the Copperheads are just pouring it on in the bottom of the first inning. It's now 8-0 over the Clippers.
Well, interesting you used the word pouring because it's been raining a lot over the last couple of days. But instead of rain, this is runs. Really exciting to see for the Copperheads, especially out in front of their home crowd.
So Trahey started the inning with 2 outs when he drew a walk and came around to score. Now he has an RBI double. Ben rushing lines one to short, and it almost gets by the shortstop Efrey, but he makes the catch in the air. So a hard hit final out of the inning, but the Copperheads played 8 runs on 7 hits, all with 2 outs in the inning. And they take an 8-0 lead into the top of the second. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Well, Coach Dunphy has to be elated with the first inning the Copperheads put up, as they scored 8 runs on 7 hits, all with 2 away in the inning. I think Thomas Cesaro will take that on the mound as well.
Like we were saying in the break, for Cesaro, he's only really given up 2 runs, 1 run per each starts. With 8 runs here, seems like he has a nice, comfortable lead and can take a breather through the rest of this game. Don't have to pitch with a lot of stress.
First pitch into Jimmy Allen was a strike. Now the second pitch is fouled away over the first base dugout, quickly down 0-2. But an explosion from the Copperheads offense in that first inning. Now Jimmy Allen, the third baseman, quickly down in the count. 0-2, pitch from Cesaro, chopped towards Phil Glasser at short. He charges in, makes the play, throw on to first. In time to Zion Avery. Cesaro gets Allen to roll over a ground ball to the shortstop. Glasser able to make the throw on to first, and one away now in the top of the second.
I think the most impressive thing about the bottom of the first was it all came with 2 outs. It was a 2-out rally, and you scored 8 runs with no outs to play with.
And the first 2 guys that got on were both walks, so it was 7 consecutive hits for the Copperheads that plated all 8 of those runs. As first pitch now into Shane Easter is caught on a miss, 0-1. Shane Easter out of Eastern Michigan has 14 hits in 12 games so far this season, a double, a homer, 6 RBIs. As the 0-1 line back up the middle for a base hit, Ty Krinberger fields it, throws it back into Glasser at short. So it's a 1-out base runner on the Shane Easter single. Second hit of the day for the Clippers. And now Rob Zarowski will get a hit. We'll get a chance to hit with a runner on first.
And for the Clippers, they gave up 11 runs in the top of the 8th inning against the Michigan Monarchs. So this is the second most runs given up in one inning by the Clippers this season.
Pickoff attempt to first, close play. Cesaro thought he might have had him, so does Zion Avery, but called safe by Clark Husky as they tried to catch Shane Easter sleeping over there at first base. But now Rob Zarowski, the first baseman, swings at the first pitch way out in front. Cesaro took something off that one, 0-1. Zarowski out of Hillsdale College. So far 6 for 26 with 3 doubles on the season. It's another changeup from Cesaro. Zarowski even more out in front of that one and quickly down 0-2. As Cesaro shakes off Gambert, now gets a sign he likes, comes set at the belt. The 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. So 2 outs now in the inning, second strikeout for Zarowski. And that runner stays put at first base. And now Michael Malewitz comes up.
Cesaro just had his way with Zarowski. 3 straight off-speed pitches. Had him swinging funny all 3 times.
So Malewitz digs in at a Bowling Green. First pitch into him is a called strike down the heart of a plate, 0-1. Malewitz scuffling to open up this season, just 1 hit in 22 at-bats. As the breaking ball is swung on and fouled back behind Gambert. And now Malewitz also quickly down in the count, 0-2. It's an 8-0 Copperheads lead in the top of the second inning. Copperheads scored 8 runs on 7 hits in the bottom of the first as the 0-2 into Malewitz is taken up high and inside as he bends out of the way of it. And it'll be a 1-2 count now. As Cesaro, couple of shake-offs, now gets the sign he likes from Gambert. The 1-2 is swung on and just got a piece. Did Malewitz off the fist of the bat, and he stays alive. Yeah, Cesaro looking for a second consecutive punch out. The 1-2 grounded out towards Daniel Cruz at second. He will flip it on to Phil Glasser, covering second for the force out. And the side is retired in the top of the second inning. Copperheads still holding on to a huge lead, 8-0, as they come up for their second chance at bat in the ball game when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Ryan Martin staying on the mound. And for the bottom of the second inning, after giving up 8 runs to the Copperheads in the first inning. Phil Glasser digging in. As first pitch into for Martin, taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
So it looks like early Brian Martin's going to have to wear this one.
As Glasser picked up an RBI base hit his first at bat. He takes that one on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. As Glasser picked up the first RBI of the inning. Last inning when he drove in Reese Trahey with a base hit as the 1-1 pitch taken low for a ball by Glasser, 2-1. That was the third RBI for Glasser on the season in his last at-bat. As a 2-1 bounces into the catcher Morris, and Glasser's now up in the count, 3-1. It was also Glasser's first RBI since the first series on the year against the Licking County Settlers. 3-1 is swung and chopped out towards first base. That's first base will field on the hop. Beat Phil Glasser to the bag just by a step as he was hustling down the line. But Zarowski takes it himself, and the first man is retired in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, just beat Glasser to the bag. Zarowski not anticipating the hustle from Glasser, but Glasser was running down hard down the line.
As now Daniel Cruz digs in, also had an RBI single in the first inning. As first pitch into him's a breaking ball, bends over the heart of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Cruz, one of obviously several members of the Copperheads that pick up an RBI in the first inning. As the 0-1 called on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Cruz has now had a base hit in 4 straight ball games. As the 0-2 check swing from Cruz, appeal down to Clark Husky at first base. No swing ruled. And it's now a 1-2 count with 1 out in the bottom of the second. As Martin kicks and deals a 1-2 into Cruz. Another check swing. This one also appealed down to first by Clark Husky as Trey Morse thought it was a strike. A swing behind the plate has a couple words for Husky down at first base, but again ruled a ball, and Cruz battles back to even the count up at 2-2.
As long as you don't break your hands across the zone, you'll be all right. Should not get rung up for a strike.
The 2-2 into Daniel Cruz, taken outside and low for a ball. And after falling behind 0-2, the count is run full to Daniel Cruz. As Daniel Cruz, born in Havana, Cuba, now resides in Miami, Florida. Here comes a full count pitch into him, swung on and chopped down towards the Copperheads dugout, foul. And he'll see another payoff pitch. as the 3-2 once again in the Cruz is lined down towards the third baseman, fielded on the hop. Strong throw over to first to retire Daniel Cruz by Jimmy Allen. On to Zarowski at first. And just like the first inning, first two Copperheads are retired, and now Jared Hurd digs in.
I wonder if, talking to our analytics guy, Jeff Steffens, if we can figure out what are the odds of scoring 8 runs with 2 outs. I'd love to figure out the probability of.
I'm sure he has an algorithm for it somehow.
Somehow, some way. We'll have to ask him about it after the game.
First pitch into Jared Hurd. The lefty is a called strike, 0-1. Love talking to Jeff about that stuff, but I swear it makes my brain hurt every time when I have to figure out how to calculate it. 0-1 pitch into Hurd, swung on and missed. And Hurd quickly finds himself down in the count 0-2 as he picked up a knock for an RBI in the first inning as well for his 3rd RBI on the season. The 0-2 in from Martin in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Morris, 1-2. It was a big at-bat for Hurd. It was just his 3rd hit as he came in 2 for 27, hadn't had a base hit since the 12th, and before that, hadn't had a hit since back in the first game. So that was a big at-bat for Hurd as he takes the 1-2 pitch outside for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, Hurd was due for an RBI. He was due for a single. So for Hurd, hopefully this brings his season around.
The 2-2 into Jared Hurd. Pitch in the dirt, swung on a miss, tagged by the catcher Morris. And after a rough first inning for Martin, he's able to retire the Copperheads in order here. 3 up, 3 down. Heading into the top of the 3rd, Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
9-1-2 due up in the top half of the 3rd for the Clippers as they've fallen out to a huge deficit in the first 2 innings. Cesaro's first pitch into the 9-hitter, Joshua Holt Jr. is fouled down the first base line, 0-1. The Clippers have picked up a base hit in both the first and second inning, but both of them have been stranded at first base. The 0-1 in the Holt Jr. is taken outside for a ball, 1-1. As Cesaro came into today's ballgame with a sub-1 whip as the 1-1 pitch is chopped foul. Also has a sub-1 ERA, obviously in the first week, pitcher of the week. Could have made a pretty good argument for him last week, as in his only start, he went 8 innings, only giving up 1 earned run. The 1-2, and the heart swung on and missed for strike 3. Now the 3rd strikeout on the outing for Cesaro, 1 away in the top of the 3rd. Now the lineup turns over to Austin Efred, the shortstop. Flew out, or lined out to second base his first time up. First pitch into him, taken inside for a ball, 1-0. As the 1-0 pitch into Eford. This one catches the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Cesaro working fast, breaking ball on the 1-1 pitch, fouled away down towards the merchandise tent. 1-2. 1-2 pitch, fouled over the first base dugout again. And Eford staying alive now. As Cesaro, going back to his last outing, has now pitched 9 consecutive shutout innings. As a 1-2 pitch into him, swung on and missed, strike 3. Gambert makes the tag behind the plate. Late call by Pat J. Atkins behind the plate. But it is a strikeout back-to-back here in the top of the third inning. Now 4 on the outing, and Nolan Bryant digs in with 2 away.
Just a nice athletic play from Gambert to get the tag applied to Alfred. Cesaro, when he's like this, he can deal.
So first pitch into Bryant, taken low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Bryant flew out to left field back in the first inning in his first at-bat. As the 1-0 is a breaking ball lined over the head of Daniel Cruz into right center field. Coming over is Reese Trahey, hustling and taking a big turn at first base is Nolan Bryant, but he will stay there, head back to first. So a 2-out single. And that's the third hit on the day for the Clippers. And now Trey Morris gets a chance to hit here in the top half of the third. First pitch into Morris, breaking ball, stays up above the letters for a ball, 1-0. Trey Morris out of Mizzou only saw 10 at-bats back in the spring. Picked up 3 hits, a couple of RBIs. As the 1-0 comes right down Main Street for a strike, 1-1. As Bryant leads off first, 1-1 in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Gambert. Staying at first is Bryant at the 2-1 count. As the first time in the ball game, Cesaro has fallen behind in the count in the third inning. As we've mentioned several times, the kid throws a lot of strikes. Lets his players make outs for him as that pitch catches the low outside corner for a strike, 2-2. So Cesaro could pick up his third strikeout on the inning. Here comes a 2-2 pitch, breaking ball chopped out in front of the mound. Cesaro takes a couple steps off the mound, throws it on to first. To Zion Avery in time to record the final out of the inning. Cesaro continues the deal, shutting out the Clippers through the first 3 innings. That's now 10 consecutive shutout innings for Thomas Cesaro going back to his last start. The Copperheads holding on to this huge 8-0 lead. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, Visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Zion Avery due to lead off the bottom of the third inning as he launched a 3-run homer out to right center field. His first time up for his first home run on the season. As he gets a big ovation from the crowd after launching that homer back in the first inning. Playing at his home field in the spring as the Copperheads lead it 8-0 as they plated 8 runs on 7 hits, all with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. That's first pitch into Avery, taken inside for a ball, 1-0.
When you hit a ball that far and that hard and get 3 RBIs with it, you're going to get a nice ovation from your home crowd.
Martin staying on the mound despite giving up 8 runs in the first inning. As the 1-0 pitch called strike on the inside corner to Avery, 1-1. As the 1-1 pitch into Zion Avery, grounded down to third, picked up on the hop, throw on to first in time to retire Zion Avery. So after his loud first at-bat, just a weak ground ball to the third baseman, and 1 away in the bottom of the third inning.
Well, I mean, even the ground ball is a little bit encouraging from Zion Avery. He was able to pull it on the ground. When Avery was struggling a bit for that stretch, he was pulling his head away and just hitting it to the opposite side, almost like a pool cue. Just cueing the ball out into right side and right field.
Ty Krinberger takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. As Krinberger also had a base hit and came around to score in that first inning. As the 1-0 pitch into Krinberger again, bounces, gets away from the catcher Morris. 2-0 now to Krinberger. As Martin towing the rubber from the windup. The 2-0 pitch into Krinberger, taken on the inside corner for a strike. Krinberger didn't think so, but Atkins behind the plate rules it a strike, 2-1. That's 2-1 in for Martin. Breaking ball again breaks on the inside corner. This time Krinberger takes a step out of the box. And the count will run even at 2-2.
Couple nice looking pitches from Brian Martin.
As the 2-2 pitch chopped foul by Krinberger, so he stays alive. Krinberger, after struggling early on in the season, has now picked up a base hit in his last 4 ball games played, so encouraging to see as the average slowly climbs up for him. As a 2-2 pitch taken just above the letters for a ball. And the count will run full now to Krinberger. Bottom of the third inning, 8-0 score. Copperheads leading the Clippers 1 away. As the payoff pitch into Ty Krinberger runs inside. Looked like it might have got a piece of him, but ruled a ball by Atkins. So it's a 1-out walk for Krinberger, and the lineup turns over now to Zach Iverson.
Well, believe it or not, only the third walk allowed by Brian Martin. Just a lot of hits by the Copperheads in that first inning. Nothing going in the second inning, but third walk allowed. And when a walk happened, then the wheels fell off for Brian Martin.
As it was 7 hits for the Copperheads in that first inning. First pitch in the leadoff man, Iverson taken for a ball, 1-0. As leading off first, Krinberger. As pickoff attempt from Martin, diving back easily without a tag from Zarowski. Is Krinberger, as now he has a extra step on his lead this time. 1-0 count to Zach Iverson. Here comes a pitch from Brian Martin. It is popped foul down the third base line, out of play, just over the dugout. And the count will run even at 1 to Zach Iverson, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Had both his at-bats so far in the first inning. Started off the game for the Copperheads with a ground out to second. Then had an RBI double to left center field in his second at-bat of the inning. As the 1-1 pitch into him is taken low in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Moore. Staying put is Crittenberger at first base. And it's a 2-1 count now to Iverson.
Hey, wake us up right here. Wake us up.
As Iverson out of Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, facing his teammate in the spring, Brian Martin, as they both attend Michigan State University. Play baseball for the Spartans. 2-1 pitch taken low and inside for a ball by Iverson. And now he's in the driver's seat at 3-1. Runner on first, 3-1 count, one away in the inning. Copperheads up 8-0 on the Clippers on the back of an 8-run first inning. That's a 3-1 pitch, and Iverson is swung on and fouled well out of play down the third baseline. It'll be a full count now to Zach Iverson. Back-to-back full counts for Brian Martin. As despite an early shower in the first inning, rain has held off so far. Still clouds in the area. As coming set is Martin. Full count pitch into Iverson is grounded into the hole between first and second base. Diving attempt comes up empty. The second baseman moving up to second is Crittenberger's second hit on the day for Zach Iverson. And that's actually the first hit for the Copperheads since the first inning. And now 2 on with 1 away for Chris Gambert.
Well, the fans are getting into it. Every time they hear loud and heavy, they know Chris Gambert is bringing the big stick to the plate.
Of course, batted .500 last week, earning himself GLSCL Player of the Week honors, as he had a pair of homers in the week as well. He's been swinging a hot bat for the Copperheads so far. First pitch into him, taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Gambert also had 2 at-bats in the first inning, struck out in his first one, then was hit by a pitch in the second at-bat. Ended up getting stranded at third base. In the inning, the 1-0 pitch in from Martin to Gambert. Breaking ball grounded out towards short. On to second for 1. Turn on to first is in time to get Gambert by a step. So despite back-to-back singles with 1 away, Chris Gambert rolls over to the shortstop for a 6-4-3 double play to retire the side in the third inning. Copperheads still lead at 8-0. Connor Mills will take over play-by-play through the middle innings here at Bob Wrenn Stadium as the Copperheads lead it big. You're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility, lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in the top of the fourth inning, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 8, the Muskegon Clippers 0. And it's been a dominant pitching performance from Thomas Cesaro as he's still out on the mound for his fourth inning of work. And the bats came alive with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. RBI singles from Glasser, Cruz, Hurd, Zion Avery with a 3-run home run. Ty Crittenberger had a single. Zach Iverson then, when the order flipped over, had an RBI double. And Reese Trahey with the last RBI double, tacking on all 8 runs in the bottom of the first inning as we're here in the top of the fourth. Copperheads, 8 hits so far in the day as the first pitch is swung on and lifted out into shallow center field. Diving and taking it on a hop is the center fielder Crittenberger. So Micah Allen will have a single, his first hit of the day. Mike Allen was 0 for 1 coming into that at-bat with a strikeout, but now he's 1 for 2 with Jimmy Allen now standing in from the right side.
Yeah, kind of unlucky there for Cesaro, as not the hardest hit ball, but playing back was Crittenberger in center field, and you saw he left his feet to try to make the play, but comes up just short, and the leadoff man is on.
First pitch to Jimmy Allen is low and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, with nobody out here in the top of the fourth. As Cesaro pitching from the stretch, now he deals. This one is flown out, popped up into shallow right center field, a trio, and it will be the center fielder Crittenberger calling everybody off and making the catch. So Daniel Cruz was backpedaling all the way out into shallow left center field. The right fielder, Reese Trahey, was out there as well. But it would be the center fielder, Ty Crittenberger, making the catch in the first out in the top of the fourth inning. As now 1 out with a runner on first base with Shane Easter at the plate. Easter today is 1 for 1 off of Thomas Cesaro. As first pitch is cued over towards first, backhanded by Avery. The throw to second for 1, and the relay is not in time. So just a fielder's choice for Shane Easter. The lead runner was put away, and now there are 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, I was surprised when Avery picked that ball up that he decided to go to second with it, but actually ended up being a good play. You get the lead runner out just in time. I don't think you're ever going to get 2 on that play as the ball was hit too slowly, so you kind of pick one or the other, but of course you'll take the lead runner in every time in that situation. So heads up play by Avery, now 2 outs, and the runner stays on first.
Check over to the runner at first. Shane Easter, he goes back sliding. Avery just fakes the throw, will hold on to it a little bit longer, and now throws it over to Thomas Cesaro.
It was an A for effort on that one.
Oh, yeah.
On the fake.
With an 8-run lead, you can try anything you want. As the first pitch misses to Ram Zarowski. Zarowski is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging back in the top of the second inning. As Cesaro, the 1-0 is lifted out into left field. Jared Hurd sees it, takes a couple steps over into left center field, and makes a one-hand grab to retire the side. So just 1 hit in the inning for the Muskingum Clippers. Clippers have averaged 1 hit per inning, but they've also averaged 1 runner left on base as well. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 8, the Muskingum Clippers 0. We'll be right back in the bottom of the fourth as you're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperhead Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions...
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Trahey, Rushing, and Glasser all due up here in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Southern Ohio Copperheads have an 8-0 lead over the Clippers here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Little showers before the game. They passed, teams warmed up, and the Copperheads were feeling good in the first, scoring all their 8 runs in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch, Therese Trahey missed low and inside for a ball. 1-0. For Trahey today, 1 for 1 with a walk. Is that one, does it hit Trahey? It doesn't appear that the home plate umpire, Pat J. Atkins, would assume so, as it heard maybe it clanked off his foot or something. I'm not sure what it hit. Could have hit the catcher's gear of Morris. But instead, it'll be a 2-0 count with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as 3 straight balls now to Reese Trahey. Trahey did walk and came around to score in the bottom of the first, as counts at 3-0.
Yeah, also an RBI double in the bottom of the first inning. Been seeing the ball really well, has been Reese Trahey.
3-0, gets the green light swinging. He bounces it on a couple hops to second baseman Bryant, who ranges into the hole to make the play. So Bryant to Zarowski for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th, as Ben Rushing will stand in from the right side. For Ben Rushing today, he's 0 for 1, 1 of 2 in the starting lineup for the Copperheads. That does not have a hit yet today. One is Chris Gamert, the other, Ben Rushing. Rushing lined out to shortstop to end things in the bottom of the first, as the first pitch from Martin misses outside for ball 1. Rushing also was the second person to walk. He was back-to-back walks first time around the order in the first. That got things going for the Copperheads as the 1-0 was on the way. Swung on a miss by Rushing, 1-1. Well, in case anyone was interested, this is the only GLSEL game being played across the league. The Clippers and the Copperheads, as the 1-1 lined into the hole on the left side and down into left field for a base hit. So Ben Rushing gets his first hit of the day. And now all eyes will be on Gambert to try to get everybody a hit. 9 hits on the day for the Copperheads, 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, pretty similar to the ball he lined out on, except this one found a hole, you know. Rushing has been hitting the ball hard all season. And, you know, sometimes they fall and sometimes they haven't. But got around on that pitch, just lashed out in the left field. And just a hit parade for the Copperheads so far in this one.
First pitch to Phil Glasser, missed for a ball. 1-0. Glasser today, he is 1 for 2. An RBI single in the first and then grounded out to first base back in the second. One on the count, runner on first base. Martin from the stretch, he deals low and away for ball 2. NBA draft is also going on today. Other big event, in case you're not watching the Copperheads. Zion Williamson did go 1. He was the all-around consensus pick.
Shocker.
Yeah. Then John Morant, another shocker.
Was it RJ3?
RJ3.
Wow. Should have bet on that.
Line drive out into left field. Phil Glasser, 2 for 3 today. As now there are runners on first and second base with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Copperheads are starting to hit around Brian Martin again. No runs in on the inning, but this is almost remnants of the first.
I'm sure Coach Dunphy has to be absolutely elated with how his team has responded. You know, they had that 3-game losing streak. Everything wasn't going well, but, you know, he talked him on the bus. Let's focus on line drives. Let's hit line drives. Forget about trying to crush the ball, you know, and that's all we've really seen today. Even Avery's home run was just a frozen rope out to right center field, just hard hit after hard hit ball.
Well, Daniel Cruz now lifts one into left center field. It'll be the left fielder ranging into the gap to make the one-hand catch. Easter throws it into the infield. So Cruz today is now 1 for 3 with Jared Hurd coming to the plate. Also, just to cover up on the draft, finish up what we've been talking about, DeAndre Hunter was also selected with the 4th pick.
Really? Who traded for that 4th pick? Oh, yeah, right. The
Portland
Hawks.
traded.
The Hawks.
Or no, the Hawks, you're right.
Yeah.
Jared Hurd at the plate with runners on first and second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. First pitch misses low for ball 1.
Has RJ Barrett been drafted yet?
R.J. Barrett. Yeah, he was the third pick.
Oh, excuse me, Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish has been drafted.
No,
yet.
Reddish has not been drafted yet. Darius Gartland went to the Cavaliers
Oh, wow.
as a strike on the outside corner. Brings the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Jarrett Culver out of Texas Tech was just selected. Chicago Bulls on the clock. 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Copperheads looking to cruise to their 2nd straight win for the first time all season long, as now a strike is called on the outside corner to the displeasure of a bunch of Copperheads fans sitting in front of us. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, great to see the crowd come out for tonight's game, bark in the park. You see dogs everywhere, but really a good crowd for just a random weeknight here in Athens.
The 1-2 for Martin, taken outside. And the catcher, Morris, wasn't able to field it cleanly. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. Down to a point in the schedule now for the Copperheads where it's interdivision play. The North versus the South in the GLSCL. As now fastball misses low and away. Full count to Jared Hurd.
Yeah, and like that Tuesday you were talking about, the South took every game from the North so far on the season. So
even though the Copperheads took 1 from the Grand Lake Mariners, didn't help them at all in the standings. As the payoff pitch is ground ball over towards the right side. First baseman takes it on of 1 big hop. Covering was a pitcher, Martin. He gets there in time to retire the side. So 2 singles here in the inning, no runs, no errors, 2 left on base. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. We'll be right back in the top of the 5th on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
the Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
The only game going on in the GLSCL. It's the Copperheads and the Clippers. Copperheads 8-0 lead as we are here in the top of the 5th inning. This would be the hot dog batter for the Copperheads. Should Thomas Cesaro strike out Michael Malowitz, it'd be $1 hot dogs.
It's $1 or free hot dogs? I've heard
free?
both. I don't know. I mean,
It could be free. I think you're right. It is free, as now the count goes to 1-1.
I just know I never got my free one the one night that we got it. That's all I know.
That's true, as Chris Gambert now off the pitch might have misjudged the ball. Hurting a little bit. Just kind of taking his time behind the dish. And he seems to be all right. 1-1 count to Michael Malowitz. Malowitz grounded into a fielder's choice to end things in the top of the 2nd inning. Grounded out to second base. 4-6 put out. 1-1 count, nobody out. Fastball misses just outside, 2-1. So it's a free hot dog should Michael Malowitz strike out here for fans in attendance at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Cesaro's 2-1. Taking on the outside corner for a called strike. And now the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. with fans hungry for hot dogs.
Now a hot dog chant being started here at the stadium.
The 2-2 taken on the outside corner. Strike three called. Free hot dogs. So those at Bob Wren Stadium.
And free hot dog Sherman. What an awesome pitch that was from Cesaro. Breaking ball right on the outside corner. Starts it over the middle. It breaks away. Froze Malewitz at the plate. Cesaro doing what he's been doing all season. Now his fifth strikeout on the outing. He just continues to rip through this lineup.
So one out here in the top of the fifth inning as Cesaro swings and, well, Cesaro didn't swing as he's the pitcher, but it was Joshua Holt who swung and fouled one off towards the right side. 0-1. For Cesaro, his fifth strikeout of the day. One ball, one strike. The 1-1. Line drive on a hop over towards first base. Zion Avery takes it himself. 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Lineup turns over for the Muskegon Clippers. Austin Elfrid comes to the plate. Elfrid lined out to second base and struck out on his 2 trips to the plate. He's 0 for 2. As the first pitch breaking ball is in the zone for a called strike, 0-1. Cesaro from the stretch, he deals. Swinging strike. Count is at 0-2 now. Cesaro in search for his 6th strikeout on the day. Ahead on the count, no balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Copperheads holding an 8-0 lead. The 0-2. Ground ball over towards shortstop Glasser. He has it. The throw to first in time, side retired. 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the fifth for Thomas Cesaro as the Copperheads holding on to a nice 8-0 lead as we enter into the top of the fifth. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Zion Avery will lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. As new man on the mound, number 42, Antonio Walker out of Ypsilanti, Michigan, where he attended Mississippi Valley State University. And it looks like Antonio Walker, I don't know if he's just tying his shoe, if he had to get new cleats, or if he had to get a new glove. But now he's trotting back out to the mound. And for Walker, pitching this season, has a 14.7 ERA in 3 appearances on the season. Does have a save. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and has allowed 10 hits. Zion Avery at the plate. First pitch to Avery is swung on and bounced over to Austin Dunphy, the third base coach and manager for the Copperheads. 0-1. Final stat line on Brian Martin after the pitch from the windup. A breaking ball that drops in, 0-2. Brian Martin today went 4 innings, allowed 10 hits, 8 runs, all were earned. Gave up 3 walks and struck out 2 batters. 0-2 count to Zion Avery, who's 1 for 2 today, as the ball misses well outside and a bit low. 1-2. Copperheads scoring all the runs in the bottom of the first inning, as 1-2 is popped up, foul, and goes into the bleachers towards our right here at the press box at Bob Wren Stadium. Along Joey Medora, this is Connor Mills. As the Copperheads enjoyed an offensive explosion with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Antonio Walker from the windup. A long look into the catcher Morris. Now he's ready, the 1-2. Taken low, evens up the count at 2 apiece. Avery, 3-run home run in the bottom of the first inning. And then also grounded out to third as a 2-2 from Walker. Another ground ball, diving stop by the third baseman Allen. The throw in time to get Zion Avery.
Now batting for Southern Ohio.
Allen flashes the leather, as that was the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Ty Crittenberger will come to the plate.
A real nice play over there by Allen, making the slide to his left on the backhand. Makes a strong throw over to first. Take a base hit away from Zion Avery. A lot of good swings from Avery in this game. Very encouraging to see.
Avery hitting the ball hard, and another guy who's hitting the ball hard is Ty Crittenberger. Top 3 on the team, according to Jeff Steppens, on hardest hit balls. First pitch missed low and away, as the second pitch from Walker is taken inside, ball 2. So Crittenberger, after getting off to a slow start, is now batting .208 on the season. He's 1 for 1 today with a run scored and a walk, as he's swinging and missing the off-speed pitch from Walker. 2-1.
Yeah, as we mentioned, has a hit in 5 of the last 6 ball games, the last 4, if you want to go back that far. So really done a good job to kind of salvage the average here these past few ball games.
12-6 breaking ball, gets down into the zone, evens up the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 taken inside and low for a ball. 3-2, counters run full. The payoff pitch from Walker. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ty Crittenberger goes down swinging for the first time today. The first strikeout of the day for Antonio Walker. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, this breaking ball came down over the outside corner. Might have been a little bit outside. Crittenberger trying to protect there with 2 strikes and just unable to foul that one off. So he's retired. 2 quick outs here for Walker since coming in.
And for Walker in his last outing, as the first pitch missed for a ball. Walker only went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 3 runs, all were earned, gave up 3 hits as a swing and a foul back to the screen. Count was even at 1-1. Against the Galleon Graders. So his last appearance came on June 15th. Did not have a walk or a strikeout and 4 batters faced. On the season against Walker, as a swing and a foul ball straight back over the net. Brings the count to 1-2. But on the season, batters against Walker are hitting .500 and even .500 against Antonio Walker when he pitches. The 1-2 on the way, taken outside for a ball, brings the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard was a little early, 2-2. And the pitch. Ground ball over towards shortstop, bounces over the mound. Just gets a glove on it. The throw not in time. Zach Iverson, infield single. It was a tough play for the shortstop, Elfrid. Tried to go behind second base to make the play, just couldn't get it in time. Not quick enough on the transition.
Yeah, had to show a lot of range to get that ball up the middle, as it wasn't the hardest hit ball by Iverson. And obviously very quick out of that left-handed batter's box, gets up the line and able to beat the throw just by a step to give Chris Gambert a chance to hit in this inning.
Well, the other man who doesn't have a hit in this game is Chris Gambert, as he takes a first pitch for a ball.
That ain't bad through the first 5 innings, I would say.
No, not too bad. But everybody in the lineup for the Copperheads does have at least one hit, as Gambert now watches one go by for a ball, low and away. 2 balls, no strikes, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. Muskegon Clippers driving around 6 hours to get to Bob Wren Stadium. Arrived yesterday as Gambert is swinging and a bouncing ball foul left at the third baseline. Andrew Austin Dunphy has it. Looked to a couple of his guys in the dugouts. It'll be Sebastian Fabic sitting outside. Only the second day off for Fabic of the season. Has been one of the regulars in the lineup as the 2-1 is popped up high into the infield. Second baseman Bryant ranges under it, makes the one-hand grab up near his left ear, and it'll be 3 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Only 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 1 left on base. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing, as we head to the top of the 6th. You're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperhead Media Network, presented by
Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
8-0, Copperheads lead here in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Nolan Bryant, Trey Morris, and Micah Allen all due up for the Muskegon Clippers. Clippers have found little success against Thomas Cesaro, the starter on the mound for the Copperheads. Last inning, they went down 1-2-3 as it's a first pitch swinging from Nolan Bryant. Grounds it over towards second baseman Daniel Cruz. Nice easy throw on to first to get the first out in the top of the 6th. So now it's 12 1/3. Scoreless streak for Thomas Cesaro, dating back to his last start against the Hamilton Joes.
Yep, just ran that one in on the hand. You heard the bat shatter up here on Nolan Bryant, the lefty. Good location there from Cesaro. Gets him to roll it over to the second baseman for an easy out.
First pitch misses low in the turf for a ball. 1-0. I had the privilege of knowing a guy who went up to AAA with the Oakland Athletics last year, Jeff Erlab. As a fastball goes on the inside corner, evens up the count at 1-1. And for Jeff Erlab, it wasn't the strikeouts that really excited him. It was when he was able to break another person's bat. As the ball now sails over the head of the catcher, Trey Morris. Copperheads catcher Gambert catches it over top. I just found that interesting. It wasn't, the strikeouts or a scoreless inning streak. It's how many bats could you break in the lineup, as the fastball misses 3-1.
It's hard to hit a ball very far when you break your bat, and obviously there's a couple instances where, the big guys crush one on their broken bat, still find a way to homer, but
3-1 is a swing and a miss from Trey Morris brings the count to 3-2 now with one away.
Most of the time you're running the ball in on the guy's hands. They're not going to hit it very far. Most of the time it's going to be a ground out somewhere. So
Payoff pitch from Thomas Cesaro. It's the first walk allowed. Misses low. And now there's a one-out base runner for the Muskingum Clippers here in the top of the sixth.
yeah, Cesaro looking like he's losing a bit of the grip as some rain has kind of came over Bob Wren Stadium over the last inning and a half. As you saw on the curveball he threw over his head. He's kind of trying to get his grip back on the ball.
First pitch swing is Micah Allen. Allen fouls it off towards the right side and out of play.
I mean, we know Cesaro doesn't give up too many walks. That's just his fourth issued so far on the season.
As the pitch hits the outside corner, count quickly gets in favor of Thomas Cesaro. No balls and 2 strikes. And talking about the walks for the Copperheads, coming into the day, they had 42, best for second in the GLSCL. Is now a hit and run right where Cruz would have been. It's a line drive single through second base as runners on the corners with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And Cesaro will look to get a double play or something to try to keep his scoreless inning streak alive.
Yeah, it's just kind of bad luck there. Runner goes, so Cruz has to go cover the bag at second. And with an 0-2 pitch in the out, an off-speed pitch from Cesaro, he just kind of flicked his wrist out there and, got enough on it to get it past Cruz, who was heading towards second base. So he tried to stop in his tracks and head back, unable to do it. As the ball wasn't hit too hard, but it finds the right hole. Now Cesaro in a bit of a jam here with 1 away.
First pitch swinging now is Jimmy Allen as the ball goes foul down the right field line. 0-1. It was a 2-out single for Micah Allen, the designated hitter in today's game for the Muskegon Clippers. On the move was Trey Morse, so he went first to third as backhanded low and away by the catcher Chris Gambert. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Copperheads 8, Clippers nothing. The 1-1, little cue shot down the first base line. Goes foul. Cesaro's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As he only let up 1 run in the last 12 1/3 innings pitched. 1-2. Line drive over the glove of the second baseman, Daniel Cruz. 1 run will come in to score. Moving from first to third will be Micah Allen, and standing on second base with an RBI double is Jimmy Allen. Muskingum Clippers get on the board here in the top of the 6th. As there's still only 1 out with runners in scoring position against Thomas Cesaro.
Yeah, and that one was definitely harder hit than the base hit from Allen just in that bat ago. As this time Jimmy Allen gets a pitch he likes, 2 strikes. Kind of caught a little bit too much of the plate Cesaro did on the breaking ball, and he paid for it with the base hit.
Ground ball over towards third. Rushing looks back the runner and then throws on to first in time for the 2nd out. So a good play from Ben Rushing to keep the runner from scoring in Micah Allen. 2 outs now here in the top of the 6th with runners on second and third. On third, Micah Allen. On second, Jimmy Allen. Allen's on the base paths with now Rob Zarowski at the plate. Zarowski today struck out swinging in the 2nd and flew out to left field back in the 4th. There's a long hold by Cesaro. Now he's ready at the set. Now the pitch. Line drive out into left field. Jared Hurd ranging into left center field and makes a one-hand grab on the run to retire the side. So Cesaro bends but does not break. Gives up 1 run here in the top of the 6th inning. An RBI double from Jimmy Allen puts the Clippers on the board. It's the Copperheads 8, Clippers 1. And we're right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Trahey rushing Glasser, all due up here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Clippers got on the board on the RBI double from Jimmy Allen in the top half of the sixth inning. We're here in the bottom of the sixth. Antonio Walker remains on the mound for the Clippers as he's first pitch fastball for a strike. Trahey today, 1 for 2 with a walk. Walked in the first, also doubled in the first, and then grounded out to second base as he's one line right down the line out into right field. That gets down all the way into the corner. Trahey rounding second base. He's going to try for third. Reese Trahey will slide head first. It's a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the sixth inning for Reese Trahey.
Well, this kid has been absolutely on fire ever since he's been moved up into the order, as we mentioned. Has been making the most hard contact on the team so far this season. He's been showing it in this game. Now has a pair of extra base hits. Just seeing the ball really well right now, hence why he got bumped up in the order. And, you know, providing a spark in the middle of the order for the Copperheads over the last few games.
Leadoff triple for Reese Trahey. Ben Rushing will now stand in from the right side. Rushing today had a single in the fourth and was 0 for 1 in the first. So he's 1 for 2 today as the first pitch missed for a ball. 1-0. From the stretch, Walker's pitch is taken down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Rushing lined out to end the bottom of the first inning, lined out to the shortstop, Elfried. 1-2 from Walker, bouncing ball over towards the third baseman who can't get it. He'll most likely go down as an error on the third baseman, Allen, and it does. But now there are runners at the corners with only nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, it looked like Allen was worried more about checking Trahey back before fielding the ball on that one. You saw him kind of take a peek, and the ball kind of hopped up on him off the heel of the glove, and it gets away from him rushing too fast not to beat that ball out. So sometimes you got to worry about making the play before worrying about the runner.
Got to watch the ball into the glove.
Absolutely.
Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Nobody out. Rushing on first. Trahey on third. He led off with a triple as a first pitch to Phil Glasser misses low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Phil Glasser today is 2 for 3 with a RBI. Had a single in the first, came around to score. Then had a single in the fourth. 1-0 is taken on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Clippers again getting one run in the top half of the inning. Getting on the board, but they've still got 7 more runs to try to find against Cesaro as the 1-1 is lined out into right center field, down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Reese Trahey. Going from first to third is Ben Rushing, and standing on first with an RBI single, his second of the day, is Phil Glasser.
The score now sits the Copperheads 9, the Clippers 1.
Yeah, real encouraging to see from Glasser. That's now his third hit of the ball game, second RBI, just hitting frozen ropes into the outfield right now. Kind of the day that many of the Copperheads needed to kind of bring the averages up a little bit, as they've just been absolutely scorching the ball so far in this game, and it continues in this 6th inning.
Well, Copperheads were about middle of the pack in batting average. Coming into the day, batting .272, 5th. As on the move was Phil Glasser. He'll take 2nd on the defensive indifference. And now there's runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning with Daniel Cruz at the plate. Cruz today had an RBI single in the 1st, grounded out to 3rd, and also flew out to left field, 1 for 3. Daniel Cruz bats with the infield drawn in, outfield straight away. Bat resting on the shoulder, now wiggles around by Cruz. The 0-1 taken on the outside corner, 0-2. So Daniel Cruz will have to battle here. Cruz has been a big impact guy on the roster. 7 RBIs on the season. 7 runs scored. As the 0-2 swung on, line drive out into right field, down the line, it is just foul. Foul ball, as Daniel Cruz almost was able to get a lucky shot down the line. But the count remained 0-2, and Cruz will come back to bat.
You hit that ball a long way, almost down towards the 340 sign down the line, but just hooks foul by a matter of feet. As would have had 2 RBIs. Now he has to come back and try to regroup.
From the stretch, Walker's 0-2, breaking ball that's lifted out into right field. On the bag is Phil Glasser, and Ben Rushing will come in to score. Glasser goes to 3rd. So Ben Rushing comes in to score on the sacrifice fly from Daniel Cruz. He picks up an RBI, another RBI in the day, 2. And takes his total up to 8 RBIs on the season. It's the Copperheads 10. The Muskegon Clippers 1. With only 1 out now, so the Copperheads trade an out for a run as the first pitch is taken for a ball to Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd on the day, 1 for 3. As he watches the ball go outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So Trey He came in to score. Ben Rushing has come in to score. Phil Glasser now is a man at 3rd base. Daniel Cruz had a sacrifice fly for an RBI. And 3 straight balls to Jared Hurd with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Copperheads 10, the Clippers 1. For the Copperheads, 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Clippers, 1 run on 6 hits, and did have an error earlier on in this game. Infield is still drawn in on Jared Hurd as he takes a fastball down the middle for a called strike. 3-1 now. Glasser not a big lead over at 3rd. As a 3-1 from Walker is delivered and swung on, the bat goes flying in right to the right of the dugout for the Muskegon Clippers. Might have to check on the bat as Jared Hurd just lost the grip. That bat went flying.
Yeah, probably a little slick after the rain that came through over the past couple innings. Of course, it's gone now, but just took a big swing and kind of let it get away from him. Good thing it didn't go into the dugout. It stayed. Of course, there's no protective netting here at Bob Run in front of the dugout, so
That would have scattered the Clippers. Payoff pitch from Walker. Line drive out into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Phil Glasser. And on first with an RBI single is Jared Hurd. Hurd picking up his 2nd hit of the day. Copperheads extend their lead and push it up to 11 now. It's 11-1, 10-run lead for the Copperheads here in the bottom of the 6th. And only 1 out here in the inning. Zion Avery, who's done some damage today, a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 1st inning. Then grounded out to 3rd. And the 2 trip since. First pitch to Avery misses outside as running back is Jared Hurd. Catcher Morris thought about checking over, did not throw. 1-0 the count.
And yeah, the difference is in today's game, just the hits have come together. We've seen games where they've had 10, 11, 12, 13 hits, but sometimes they're only scoring 4 or 5 runs in those games because the hits don't come.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here. Hits the scoreboard on the top. Zion Avery goes deep for the second time today. He has unbelievable power. The crowd is brought up on its feet. Avery taps helmets with Hurd. The lead is pushed up to 12. It's the Copperheads 13, the Clippers 1. In a day where Zion Williamson was drafted, Zion Avery is the talk of the town here in Athens.
Yeah, great day to be named Zion. What an absolute moonshot off the bat of Zion Avery. Hits off the bottom of the scoreboard out of left center field. And man, what a display of power from Avery today. We knew it was there. You've seen it in warm-ups, in batting practice, and just been waiting for it to come out. And he has shown you today.
Ground ball from Ty Crittenberger over towards second base, fielded cleanly, but the throw was a bit offline. Staying on the bag was the first baseman Zarowski for the second out of the inning. But man, oh man, Zion Avery. 380 down in right center field. He had to hit that one about 400, more than 400, out into left center field. As it's the Copperheads 13, the Clippers 1, and Zach Iverson at the plate. From the windup, Walker deals low for a ball, 1-0.
I think I know my early favorite for the player of the game in this one.
Yeah, the Dan Inman.
I know as my vote.
Even though,
I mean, great efforts all around in this game, but my goodness, just a display of power from Avery to both fields in this game. Incredible.
1-0 taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Zach Iverson today. Iverson has 3 hits today. He's 3 for 4 as he takes a pitch in for a called strike. Behind on the count now, 1-2. Singles in the 3rd and 5th, and a double back in the 1st as he takes a fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, but not before the Copperheads put up 5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Southern Ohio 13, Muskegon 1. We'll be right back on the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Zion blasted a ball over the scoreboard down in left center field to extend the lead for the Copperheads. 13, Clippers 1. And for the latter innings, we'll throw it to Joey Medor.
Well, thank you, Connor. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Clippers as first ball swinging is Michael Moylwitz coming over. In foul ground is the pitcher. Cesaro gives a little bump to the first baseman, Avery. As you don't usually see a pitcher run that far to make an out, but Cesaro bounces off the mound, makes the catch in foul ground. First guy retired in the top of the 7th on the first pitch, and now Joshua Holt Jr., the 9-hitter, comes in. But easily the furthest ball we've seen hit this year off the bat of a Copperhead came in the bottom of last inning when Zion Avery launched his 2nd homer of the game. As first pitch in, the Holt Jr. is a called strike, 0-1. As the 0-1 from Cesaro, Holt Jr. squares the bunt. He gets it down, coming over Cesaro, fields it, throws, strong throw on to first. But Avery unable to corral it. As not sure what that will be ruled, as Avery's arm was kind of in the way of Holt as the throw came into the runner's path. And Avery was unable to make the play at first.
If it was up to us, I'd rule it as an infield single.
And it looks like that's what they're going to do. A bunt single for Joshua Holt. As it's a 13-1 lead for the Copperheads with 1 away in the top of the 7th. Now a runner on first. Lineup turns over to Austin Eifrid. As pitch into Eifrid is a called strike. 0-1.
Well, just on the bunt. You know, when you're down by 12 runs, you haven't been getting a whole lot of hits.
As the 0-1 check swing from Eifrid, a called strike behind the plate by Pat J. Atkins, 0-2.
I understand you have to try to change up your strategy. But, I mean, you're down by 12. You might as well see if you can hit a solo homer or something.
0-2 lined to Cesaro, but he throws it away. And the ball will get into center field. Going into third is Joshua Holt. This was a nice snag by Cesaro on the hop. But the throw is wide of the bag at second, and everybody's safe. So that will be an error on the pitcher Cesaro. And now runners on the corners with just 1 out in the top of the 7th.
Well, Cesaro, he made a nice snag to keep it in the infields. Ball probably would have been fielded by either Cruz or Glasser. But Cesaro, a second baseman by trade. Any ball that's hit to him, he's going to try to react to it.
Now the first pitch in to the number 2 batter, Nolan Bryant. It's a called ball outside, 1-0. So a shot at the double play there. But the throw gets away from Cesaro. Now he's got traffic on the base pass, and that won't be lined towards Daniel Cruz. He leaps up and makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Athletic play from Daniel Cruz out there at second, and 2 away now in the top of the 7th.
Doesn't matter where you put Cruz out on the field. Cruz is just going to go out there, make stellar defensive play after stellar defensive play. Been a treat to watch.
We've seen him all throughout the infield besides first base. As a pickoff attempt to first, not in time. As Avery once again trying the hidden ball, not working. Fires it back to Cesaro, but Cruz has seen action first time today at second on the season, but we've seen him at shortstop and third. So very versatile in the infield. The first pitch in to Trey Morris is taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Morris 1 for 2 on the day, had a single back in the first inning. He's also grounded out to the pitcher and walked. Came around to score the only run of the game so far for the Clippers as the 1-0 pitch, breaking ball cut on a miss by Morris, 1-1. So Cesaro looking to get through his 7th inning of work here. As the 1-1 pitch appealed down to Clark Husky. The base umpire, he calls no swing. It'll be 2-1 now to Trey Morris. But Cesaro has yet to allow more than 1 run in a start so far this season. He's got runners on the corners, 2 away. 13-1 Copperheads lead. The 2-1 pitch called strike at the knees on Trey Morris. And that'll run the count even at 2. Cesaro looking to get through his 7th inning of work, only allowing 1 run. The 2-2 pitch gets away from the catcher Gambert, and coming in to score will be Joshua Holt Jr. on the wild pitch. So the Clippers make it 13-2 as they've now scored runs in back-to-back innings. Moving up to second as well was Eifert. It'll be a full count pitch now to Trey Morris. Cesaro back on the rubber, looking to regroup. After that pitch got away from the 3-2 pitch into Morse. Lined out into center field. Backing up is Crittenberger. He will make the catch on the run, and that will retire the side in the top of the 7th inning. So a run comes in on the wild pitch. It is unearned. But Cesaro through 7 innings now. Copperheads holding a big lead here at Bob Wren Stadium, 13-2. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Chris Gambert is leading off the bottom half of the 7th inning for the Copperheads, followed by Reese Trahey and Ben Rushing. As it's been 2 big innings for the Copperheads to score 13 runs as they lead at 13-2. First pitch in the Gambert from Antonio Walker is taken low for a ball, 1-0. It was 8 in the bottom of the first for the Copperheads off a 3-run homer from Zion Avery. As 1-0 pitch grounded towards third, eaten up by Allen, thrown on the first 2, get Chris Gambert by a step, and he's retired to start off the 7th inning. But it was 8 runs in the bottom of the first, 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Zion Avery has 2 homers on the day, 5 RBIs. So a big day for him at the plate. And now Reese Trahey digs in with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, this is exactly the kind of day that Zion needed. Now, nobody expects 2 home runs, but line drive after line drive, hard hit ball after hard hit ball.
First pitch into Trey's taken low for a ball, 1-0.
Zion seems to have turned things around quickly.
As the 1-0 pitch now into Trey will be taken for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. But hits coming all throughout the order for the Copperheads, as Avery's hitting in the 8th slot today with 5 RBIs. Only person who doesn't have a hit so far is Gambert. As 1-1 pitch, they called strike 1 and 2. But it's 13 runs on 14 hits and an error for the Copperheads, just 2 runs on 7 hits and an error for the Clippers. As 1-2 pitch into Reese Trahey is lined down in the Copperheads dugout. As Thomas Cesaro comes running out of the dugout, assuming he was avoiding the ball there. But is able to, 1 and 2 to Trahey, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Has a double, a triple, and RBI. He's also walked and came around the score. The 1-2 pitch taken low and outside for a ball, 2 and 2. As Walker winds up on the 2-2 pitch into Trahey. It'll be taken below the knees for a ball. So a good at-bat here from Trey. He runs the count full 3-2 with one away in the top of the seventh. Copperheads leading it 13-2. The full count pitch in the Trey. Swing on, fouls it back into the catcher Morris's glove. It will be a strikeout. And now 2 away in the bottom of the seventh. Ben Rushing digs in. Rushing 1 for 3 on the day. He walked in his first at-bat, came around the score, then lined out to short. Had a base hit in the 4th inning, then reached on an error and came around to score in the 6th inning. As first pitch in him is swung on and fouled out of play down the first base line, 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball stays up high into Rushing above the letters. And I'll even up the count at 1. As Walker working fast, the 1-1 fouled again, similar spot to the last one. Out of play down the first base line, and Rushing down in the count now 1-2 with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Copperheads with an 11-run lead as an offensive outburst for the Cheds in this ball game. 1-2 into Ben Rushing is taken low and outside for a ball, 2-2. This is the first game of a 2-game set between these two teams, as they'll be right back here tomorrow to face off again. As a 2-2 pitch into Ben Rushing, grounded out towards second, fielded on the ground, throw on to first, and Ben Rushing is retired to end the inning. A rarity for the Copperheads in this ball game. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning as 6 outs to go from recording back-to-back victories for the first time on the season. It's the Copperheads 13, Clippers 2. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
So close the books on the outing for Thomas Cesaro as he goes 7 strong innings, only allowing 2 runs on 7 hits as he works now 7+ innings in all 3 of his starts so far this year. As actually this has been the shortest outing. His first couple, he went 8 2/3 and 8 respectively. But Nick Kaiser will take over on the mound for the Copperheads, now in his 7th appearance on the year, has a 1-0 record with a 4.9 ERA and 10 innings pitched, 12 hits going up, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. As in his last outing against the Mariners just 2 days ago, pitched an inning, didn't give up a run, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, facing 5 batters. As he'll look to coast in this one as the Copperheads hold on to a 13-2 lead. First pitch in to Micah Allen is taken low for a ball, 1-0.
Over his last 3 appearances, only allowing the 1 run. So Kaiser has been faring better as of late.
As the 1-0 taken inside for a ball, 2-0. Kaiser's ERA was up as high as 7 after his first few appearances, but now getting that back down, sub 5 at the moment, trending in the right direction. There's a 2-0 pitch to Micah Allen. It's chopped out to Daniel Cruz at second. Plays it on the hop, throws his eye on Avery on to first, and the leadoff man is retired in the top of the 8th inning. So that will bring in Jimmy Allen, the third baseman. Allen had an RBI double in his last at-bat. 1 for 3 on the day. He's also grounded the short and flew out to center field so far. As first pitch into Jimmy Allen is called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Copperheads now just 5 outs away from back-to-back victories for the first time on the year as they continue to try to scratch their way back up to 500 as the 0-1 pitch is called a ball on the outside, 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball, stays outside, and it's now 2-1 into Jimmy Allen. 2-1 pitch, catches the inside corner for a strike to even up the count at 2. As 2-2, Kaiser comes set, kicks and deals, and it's slow roller, high chopper down the bend, rushing at third. He fires it on to first, but it gets away from Zion Avery. Not sure they would have had Allen out anyway as he was hustling down the first baseline. We'll see what the scoring on that play is. It would be a tough error as it is ruled an infield single for Jimmy Allen. Now there's a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, the only way that they were going to get him out is by some miracle, some great throw on the mark. Quick legs trying to get up into that ball, but just Rushing did all he could, just couldn't get there in time.
As Rushing, we know he has a cannon over there at third base, but still not enough to get Jimmy Allen out. Now Shane Easter digs in. Easter 1 for 3, had a single back in the second inning. First pitch in him called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. But Kaiser out of Shawnee State, been one of the go-to guys at the bullpen for the Copperheads this season. 0-1 pitch taken at the knees for a strike, 0-2. As Kaiser comes in, throws a lot of strikes, as do many of these Copperheads pitchers on the staff this year. The 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball lined out into shallow center field. It'll drop in front of Crittenberg. They have a play on Allen, at second base, but he slides in as Jimmy Allen had to wait to see if that ball would fall, so he was only halfway. It dropped a step in front of Crittenberger. He tried to throw it on the Cruz for the force out at second, but Allen gets in just ahead of the throw. And it's back-to-back singles. Runners on first and second now with 1 away in the inning.
And nothing hard hit against Nick Kaiser. And just a ball that stayed in the air a little bit too long off of a bounce, and then a bloop out into center field.
So now Rob Zawarski digs in. 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch in him taken low for a ball, 1-0. As Connor just mentioned, not a lot of hard contact on Kaiser in the inning. An infield single and a little bloop out in the center field for the 2 base hits. The Copperheads lead at 13-2 with 1 away in the top of the 8th. Now lined out into left field for a base hit. Being held up is the runner at third. Jared Hurd picks the ball up. Takes his time throwing it back into the infield, but it's 3 straight singles off of Nick Kaiser. And the sacks are full now for the Clippers in the inning.
Yeah, and that was the hardest hit ball off of Kaiser for Rob Zawarski.
As the ball finds a hole between third and short as Glasser tried to make the backhanded stop. Comes up empty. And now Michael Malewitz will come up 0 for 3 on the day. As it's a 13-2 Copperheads lead. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for a strike to Malewitz, 0-1. Malewitz does not have an RBI yet on the season. Has a good chance here. 0-1, grounded back to Kaiser at the mound. He goes to second for one. Back on to first, and it's a double play rolled by Nick Kaiser to keep the Clippers off the board. He had bases loaded with only one away in the inning, but he gets the chopper back to the mound. The 1-4-3 double play, and the lead stays at 11 for the Cheds. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, 3 outs away from victory. You are listening to the Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
13-2, Copperheads lead. The Muskegon Clippers looking to take the first game of this 2-game series, well on their way to doing so. As it's 13 runs on 14 hits and an error for the Copperheads, 2 runs on 10 hits and an error for the Clippers. First pitch into Phil Glasser. It's a called strike 0-1. Antonio Walker stays on the hill for the Clippers as his 0-1 delivery. As he gets Glasser to swing, tried to hold back, unsuccessful on the pitch in the dirt, 0-2. As Glasser 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. All singles are his hits. As the 0-2 pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-2. But a breakout day for Glasser and many batters in this Copperheads lineup. As 1-2 pitch breaking ball flied out into shallow left field. Coming over is the left fielder. He will have enough time to make the catch. Shane Easter has to make a long run, but has plenty of time to make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired as Daniel Cruz now digs in.
He almost overran that ball out in left field. It's coming in too hard. Had to take a step back and just stabbed at it in the air to make the catch.
So Daniel Cruz comes up, first pitch, swings and chops it off the catcher foul. 0-1. Cruz, 1 for 3, has a pair of RBIs as he had an RBI single in the first and a sac fly in his last at-bat. As the 0-1 breaking ball fouled away by Cruz, 0-2. As Walker gets his sign from the catcher, Morris. Long pause. Now he'll wind the 0-2. Gets Cruz out in front with a changeup. So it's a strikeout for Antonio Walker, who is now retired. 6 straight batters in the past, going back to the 6th inning, and now Jared Hurd will dig in with 2 away. Jared Hurd's another Copperhead who has had a breakout performance today as he came in with only 2 hits on the season, but he's 2 for 4 in this ball game with a pair of RBIs on 2 RBI singles. First pitch into him taken in the dirt for a ball, 1-0.
For her, just waiting for him to break out, and today picking up the 2 hits, 2 RBIs, on his way to doing so.
1-0 pitch into him is taken below the knees. He thought about swinging, keeps the hands back. It'll be a ball, 2-0. 2-0 pitch into Jared Hurd, taken on the outside corner for a strike. Hurd thought might have been off the plate, but it'll be a 2-1 count. That's 2-1 pitch. This one will run outside to Jared Hurd, and he's in the driver's seat now, 3-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Copperheads winning big, 13-2 over the Muskegon Clippers. Antonio Walker kicks and deals a 3-1 to Jared Hurd. It's a chopper out to the second baseman. He will make the play, fire it on to first. To retire Jared Hurd. The Copperheads go down quietly in the 8th inning, but just 3 outs away from recording back-to-back victories for the first time on the season. As we head to the top of the 9th, Copperheads 13, Clippers 2. You're listening to the Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Tanner Glass comes in relief for Nick Kaiser, who went an inning shutout. As Copperheads leading big, 13-2 over the Clippers. Tanner Glass, first appearance on the mound for the Copperheads this season, as he's listed as a pitcher/infielder. But making his first appearance, joined the team back on June 13th, and he's had 3 games hitting since then. But the first time we see him on the mound on the season, as he fires in a first pitch strike, fouled away by Joshua Holt Jr., the 9-hitter. And it'll be an 0-1 count. That's just 3 outs away are the Copperheads for picking up win number 6 on the season and moving on to 6-8. As the 0-1 is called outside for a ball, 1-1. As some rain starting to come down at Bob Wren Stadium. As the 1-1 pitch is flown out into right center field, coming over is the right fielder Reese Trahey. He will make the catch. And one batter faced, 1 out for Tanner Glass here in the top of the 9th. Now just 2 away are the Copperheads from victory.
Well, the wind is blowing in, or blowing out to right field. Trahey coming in, loses his hat on the run.
Now batting for the Clippers.
Leadoff man Austin Eifrid now digs in.
Number 2, Austin Eifrid.
Rough day at the plate, 0 for 4. As Glass winds up, first pitch, called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. As Glass at a Southern Wesleyan University down in South Carolina. The 0-1 pitch cut on a miss by Eifrid. And down in the count now, 0-2. As Glass working fast. 0-2 pitch into Eifrid, taken low and outside for a ball, 1-2. But an explosion from the Copperheads in the first inning, 8 runs. And they kind of coasted from there, added 5 more in the 6th. The Clippers just unable to match the bats of the Copperheads as the 1-2 pitch is taken outside for a ball, 2-2.
It's all about timely hitting. 13 runs, 14 hits. But then for the Clippers, 2 runs on 10 hits.
That's 2-2 pitch from Glass, taken outside low for a ball, full count. But the Copperheads able to string hits together, as in that first inning they scored all 8 runs with 2 outs on 7 hits, as the full count pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Tanner Glass on the season, and the Copperheads just 1 out away from securing the victory here at home.
Now batting for the Clippers from Davenport University, the second baseman, number 5.
So now Nolan Bryant stands as the last chance for the Clippers to keep the game alive, as he's had a hit in 4 at-bats in this ball game. Fans on their feet. First pitch into Bryant is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. As bark in the park, so far successful one for the Copperheads. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Gamber, 2-0.
Should allow dogs at the park every time if they're going to put up 13 runs.
Absolutely, 13 runs, dollar hot dogs back in the 5th inning. Pretty good night to be at Bob Wren Stadium, especially if you're a Copperheads fan. 2-0 pitch, taken outside for a ball, 3-0. As Bryant will look to keep this ball game alive. Get the Clippers a 2-out base runner. Here comes a 3-0 pitch from Tanner Glass. It'll be low, ball 4, so he gets walked on 4 pitches. And there will be a 2-out base runner after all, as the wind is starting to whip through Bob Wren Stadium. And Trey Morris will get one more chance to at-bat here in the 9th inning.
Well, flags are violently waving all around the stadium. Seems like there's a gust of wind going towards right field.
First pitch into Morris, taken at the letters for a strike, 0-1. As if this result stands, Thomas Cesaro should get the win, giving up 2 runs over 7 innings, 7 hits, striking out 6. It would be his 2nd win on the season, as the 0-1 pitch taken low for a ball, 1-1. As the umpires in the stands thought it was a strike, but below the knees, 1-1. Avery not holding on the runner at first. 1-1 pitch, grounded over to Phil Glasser at short. Throws it on to second for the force out, and the Copperheads have the victory. So Tanner Glass comes in the 9th, picks up the final 3 outs, and the Copperheads coast to a 13-2 victory over the Muskegon Clippers to take game 1 of this 2-game series between these 2 teams, as the Copperheads break out in this game, scoring the most runs they have all season. They put 13 on the board. Solid outing from Thomas Cesaro, something we've seen all season long. And it finishes with a big win, one well needed. The Copperheads now 6-8. The Clippers fall to 5-9 as the Copperheads look to pick up a 2-game sweep in the ball game tomorrow.
Well, for the Copperheads, finally they've won back-to-back games, something they haven't done all season long. They're able to get a big win here today against the Muskegon Clippers. Clippers also near the bottom of their division, but only game on today in the GLSCL. Copperheads will gain a half game on others in the division as they slowly try to climb out and string together these wins, continue to play quality baseball.
So, pretty easy choice, I think, in this one. Dan Inman, player of the game. Zion Avery going 2 for 4 with 2 monstrous home runs, 5 RBIs. As, you know, we've kind of been waiting for Zion to show off the power a little bit, and he did today, as he absolutely crushed those 2 balls out to left center and right center, one of them hitting out the scoreboard of Bob Wren Stadium. So that's your player of the game. We'll have interviews with him and Austin Dunphy, the coach. He'll be a happy one in this one in the post-game show. But the Copperheads get it done at home and advance to 6-8 on the season as they win a 13-2 over the Clippers. Stay tuned for interviews with Coach Dunphy and Zion Avery when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Welcome into the Southern Ohio Copperheads postgame show. As always, joined by the manager, Austin Dunphy, and coach. First off, congratulations. It's a big win and the first time this season that you're able to put 2 wins together like this.
Man, it was pretty good right off the bat. Ended up scoring 8 runs in the first with 2 outs. Scored every one of those with 2 outs. That was huge. That kind of set the tone for the game right off the bat. And that's exactly what you want to do when you start a baseball game. You want to jump ahead and get out early, get a little bit of a lead. I didn't expect 8, but, man, we'll take it.
Yeah, 2 outs in the inning, just getting on base with a couple of walks. But the big man at the plate, the Dan Inman player of the game, Zion Avery, just talk about his power. I mean,
man, Coach Blatchford has been working with him last 3 or 4 days, I think. So, man, he's been working his tail off here lately, working out some kinks. He's struggling for most of the season. A lot of swing and miss there early, and to he and Coach Blatchford's credit, they've been working pretty close the last few days. He had a good round of batting practice today before the game. I got to throw it to him a little bit, so I was throwing a little bit harder to him just to get his hands working. And Michael has been in his ear for 3 or 4 days. Man, he turned it on tonight in a big way. Both of those balls were smoked, right center gap, and then bounced it off the windy sign under the scoreboard today. So
yeah,
it's great to see that out of him. He's a good kid, and he's been working hard. So, man, a little relieving to see that pop come off his bat finally. You knew it was there, but it was just a matter of time, I think.
The only 1 home run during his college playing balls for Ohio. 2 home runs here today for Zion Avery. And another guy who's been working hard, somebody who's been out there almost seems like 8 innings every game, Thomas Cesaro.
Yeah.
He goes and gives you a lot of depth in an area where you don't have a whole bunch.
Yeah, he's a gamer, man. Love that kid to death. He was here last year, and my good friend Phil Butler, the head coach last year, was one of the first things he said to me. He's like, that kid will run through a brick wall for you. And he has. He's done everything. Went 5 for 5 with a home run our last game, and then comes out here and throws 7 innings, 7 very competitive innings. And he's been lights out for us on the mound all season long. So really glad to have him. He's just, man, he loves to play the game, and it's very evident watching him bounce around the field, having a good time all the time. Stays loose. You don't normally see that out of starting pitchers, being that loose and joking while they're on the mound, but he gets away with it because that's what he does. He loves to play this game, and it shows. It's awesome to watch him play right now. It's a good time, especially from my vantage point.
Yeah, 6-8 right now on the season. You know, can't really talk about the start of the season now because we're getting into the thick of things here.
Right.
We had a 6-hour bus ride yesterday. You know, how is the team camaraderie starting to gel together?
Man, it's there. I haven't worried about that at all. Those guys, they like each other a lot, and they have a lot of fun. I think I told them a couple days ago when we went up to Grand Lake and won, we were on the bus. It's like, guys, this is our week. Had a lot of things not go our way, but, man, if we can put one good week together, get this thing rolling, this is the week to do it. So far, that's what they've been doing. A little unfortunate that we didn't get to play yesterday think those guys are feeling really good about themselves. So missed an opportunity there for another potential W, but man, they came out today early to the park to get some work in on a mission, and it showed on the field in the first inning and throughout most of the game. So I think they see the writing on the wall that we have the pieces. The guys are good enough. Our players are really, really good. Now it's just a matter of putting all of those pieces together, and it's starting to come together about the right time, I think. Early on, they're working out some kinks, getting some experience. A lot of those guys haven't played very much, or were red shirts, but now's the time when we start rolling.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Great win here today.
Thank you.
Joey Medore and Zion Avery will be right back after this.
So we're here with Dan Inman, player of the game. Zion Avery, 2 for 4 on the night, 5 RBIs, 2 big home runs. Zion, just talk about what you saw from the pitchers out there. Obviously saw the ball really well. So what was your approach going into those at-bats?
Basically, my approach today was just trying to stay in the middle of the field, see pitches deep, get something I could handle.
Right. So obviously, maybe not the greatest start to the season, but I mean, just talk about you have a game like that. How does it feel for you? I mean, you have the kids down there asking you to sign balls and bats and all that stuff. Everybody's telling you good game. How does that feel to play in Athens for a summer with the Copperheads? Such a community feel around here.
It's a great feeling. I mean, as you said, I've gotten off to a pretty slow start this summer, but being able to have a good breakout night like this is really, really good for the rest of the summer mentally, just being able to get into a rhythm and hopefully be able to keep contributing for my team the way I did tonight.
So talk about, you guys are 6-8 now, back-to-back wins, couple of big wins. The offense has kind of exploded here the past few ball games. So talk about what's the limit for this team? I mean, you guys off to the slow start, but you seem to kind of be finding your stride. I mean, the feeling around here is you guys got a good ball club. So tell me how far you think you guys can go.
Yeah. I mean, I think the sky's the limit with this team. I think we have a lot of good players, a lot of good pitchers. We're really starting to gel as a team. So I really think there's a lot we can do this summer with this group of guys.
And how do you like getting to play? Because obviously you're an OU student, so you get to play at Bob Wren, which is your home field during the spring. So how is that for you? Does it kind of help you, warm up the things a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely helped with, you said hitting, you said being able to see the ball well today. That's definitely a big thing. Me hitting here all year, basically training all year. It's just like a huge advantage. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
All right, thank you, Zion. Zion, Dan Inman, player of the game, as we'll be back here tomorrow at 5:30 for Game 2 with the Clippers. I'm Joey Medore for Zion Avery, signing off this broadcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.